Emory, what does that mean to you to go through that experience tonight and have it come out victorious?
Yes, sir. Good question. Well, first of all, I just want to take this opportunity to give all glory, honor, and praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I know I wouldn't be here where I'm at today without him, and I know he's blessed me with this ability to use my platform to give him all glory, honor, and praise. So I want to start with that. But, it's a special, special game, special feeling. I'm just glad we got the W.
Can you speak to that moment afterward, celebrating with Tyler, the huge hug? What did he say to you?
Absolutely, yes, sir. Yeah, it was a special moment. TVD, I love TVD. We have a great quarterback room. We're all, me, TVD, JB, we're all super close. And just to see his excitement for me, it means the world to me. And I'm his biggest fan. So he was with me every step of the way, and so I couldn't be more proud to be his teammate,
Did he give you any good advice during the game, something that really helped?
Absolutely, yes, sir. He was always, anytime I came off to the sideline, he was, hey, this is kind of what I saw. And I asked him, I told him about some things I did, and he was like, hey, and he was right, he was right. I'm glad he was there, because I wouldn't have been able to do what I did without him.
Give us
Just
some
talk about
examples.
your mindset coming into this game, knowing you were going to be the starter, and how confident and comfortable you felt.
Well, yes, sir. Good question. Well, this week was a little different. I didn't know necessarily what was going to happen because TVD was game time decision. But I kind of had a feeling that always prepare to be the starter. That's what they say. So I took that to heart and just prepared. And trusted Coach Dawson and Coach Cristobal, and the rest was prayer.
So once they said, "Hey, you're up,"
Yes,
what was going through your mind?
Well, first of all, thanks to Jesus. I get to play the game I love on this platform. And then the rest was just do my job. Control what I can control and just do my job. And I've been blessed to have great teammates. So the rest was the rest.
Hey, Emory, as the game went on, I see you began to get in sync with Colby Young. I think you targeted him 8 times. You hit him for 6 receptions, and you got a touchdown. What was that like, knowing you were able to get in sync with a guy like him and improved as the game progressed?
Yes, sir. Great question. Well, first of all, Colby Young is a great receiver. He's a heck of a player. And I love Colby and just trusting him. And he's a great receiver for us and big target. And so just repeatedly finding him, just kind of have confidence, with him, just throwing to him over and over. So, and he played great.
Give us-
You really stepped up in the second half. Like really good steps. Were you just much more comfortable, or what started happening?
Yeah, it's been a good question. Yeah, I think just kind of playing and getting more reps, because it is a different speed, when you play, in a game like this, and Clemson's a great team, they have a great defense, and so they're very fast. So just the more you can kind of see, what they're doing, what they're playing, it helps. Yes, ma'am.
Can you take us inside some of those conversations with Tyler, like what kind of pointers he was giving you? And
Yeah, absolutely, yes, sir. I would just come and it's like, hey, I saw this, and I checked this, and he was like, probably, not the wisest, and he was right, because it wasn't the wisest, and, that was, something like that, where, I would go to him, and, he was like, hey, we like, this matchup is there, you can take it, and he was right, so everything he advised me was spot on, that's why it's great having a veteran guy like TVD, and it's great to have him as a friend.
Emory, could you talk a little bit about, when Corey was able to get that big stop to end the game, like what did it feel like to be able to have that, burden taken off your shoulders after such a roller coaster game to be able to come out with, such a big win?
Right, great question. Well, first of all, I was so happy that it was Corey Flagg who made that play. He has been a great leader ever since I've gotten here. He's been someone that's just always talked to me and encouraged me, and he's been a great leader for this team. And so for him to make that play, he deserved to make that play, for all the work he puts in and the leader that he is for the team. I was so happy it was him who made that play, and it was great stuff.
Emory, can you speak to how the running backs helped you out during this game, AJ and Don Chaney?
Absolutely, yes, sir. Great question. The running back room is great. We have a lot of great running backs, and our O-line is phenomenal. And we've always been able to run it, and from week to week, just been able to continue to run it, and to have you know, such a great running game. It really, you know, helps the passing game as well. You know, it opens some things up. And when you have guys like AJ and Don, you know, that can, you know, one play they can, you know, take it to the house is great. It's relieving to know, you know.
What was life like for you this week? Was it hard to sleep knowing this was a possibility that you could get the start against Clemson? Did you dream about it? Did you envision it? And what was that kind of like?
Yeah, yes, sir. Great question. You know, it was definitely tough. You know, it was a unique week. You know, it was something I personally never felt. You know, it was a first. So, you know, just kind of, I don't know, like I made the note to myself, like it's, you know, the air feels a little different, you know, and like time flew by, you know, it felt like this week, but, you know, just wanted to focus on studying and preparing, and, you know, and I actually did pretty good. I did actually get some good sleep, so it was good. I had to get good sleep.
Emory, after a great they're seeing a great defense in Clemson. How did you guys? What was your guys' game plan? How do you guys focus to attack such a stout defense?
Yeah, yes, sir. Good question. Really, the thing that we wanted to focus on was just doing our job. You know, doing our job. You know, protecting the football. Was really the two things that we focused on the most this week. Was just kind of doing our job, control what we control, and protect the football.
Kobe Young missed a big pass, and you came right back to him. Was that your decision or coach decision?
Oh, good question. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes. You know, myself included. I made plenty of mistakes tonight, and so, you know, a drop pass will never deter me from anybody. And when you have a guy like Kobe Young, you know, he's big, he's fast, and physical. You know, I want to target him. You know, so I keep throwing him the ball. You know, yes, sir.
Emory, can you talk about the mental fortitude that you had to kind of battle through the first half where you threw that interception, and just knowing that you had to make throws to eventually push this team to win?
Yeah, yes, sir. Good question. You know, it was, you know, I like to, you know, give a shout out to my sports psychologist I meet with and talk with at the facility, and, you know, he talks about, you know, when you make a mistake, it's one, you know, what was the mistake I made, you know, then, okay, make the correction in my head, and then boom, go forward, you know, and, you know, there's nothing you can do about it, and after it happens, you know, you just got to flesh it out and next play, you know, and that's what I kept telling myself, just next play and control what I can control.
How big was this win for you, just mentally, and, you know, letting yourself know, hey, I can compete on the highest level, get, you know, one of the best defenses in the country?
Absolutely, good question. Well, first of all, it was a team win. You know, the defense played phenomenal, kept us in the game. We were able to run the ball, and it was just a great team win. You know, and all I focused on was just doing my job. You know, and so to get a win is it's great stuff.
What was the celebration like in there?
Oh yeah, it's great, you know, and it's always great when Coach Cristobal starts dancing, you know, and everyone starts dancing. You know, I can't dance, but like I like watching other people dance and get hyped. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, Emory, James said he was ready to play in 5 quarters. Ruben said he feels like he's 70. How are you feeling?
Well, you know, great question. Well, the O-line is so great, you know, they protected me all night long. I had, you know, plenty of time, you know, and so I didn't get hit that much, and that's a shout out to the offensive line. They did a great job. I owe them all a steak dinner, so splendid, you know. That last play, you know, was good. It was good. Feel great. Thank you.
Awesome.